Well, Erik, thank you so much for chatting with me today. It's great to meet you. It's great to have you here at this recording desk.
You bet. I'm happy to be here.
You are the founder and the CEO of Plus Run Robotics, and you're also on the A3 Robotics Technology Strategy Board.
That's true.
We're very grateful for your participation and your giving back to us and to this whole industry, participating in that board. We're celebrating 50 years as an association this year. You've been around for a part of that, at least. When you look back, what are some of your favorite memories and moments in the robotics industry in your own career?
So you're right, I haven't been here for 50 of the years, but I've been here for 35, 36. I guess what's most encouraging to me is sort of the reach of this industry over time. You know, when I programmed my first industrial robot in 1988, all they did was spot welding, arc welding, paint, and a little bit of pick and place and assembly. Fast forward now, and it's not just the growth in the different applications robots do, but the industries that they serve is even more exciting, right? Because it's not just automotive and heavy equipment, it's, you know, of course warehousing, which is important to us, and supply chain, but it's increasingly construction, agriculture, services. From my vantage point back then, you couldn't have imagined the collaborative robot impact in our space. And it's great to be able to look back and say, our industry was disrupted by cobots and, you know, has continued to grow ever since. And, you know, I gotta tell you, I think that just speaks to sort of the inevitability of robotics.
I love that word.
If you just think of the things that we have survived as an industry, we survived being nearly monolithically tied to the automotive sector. We survived the Great Recession. We've survived COVID. You know, black swan events that would have taken out other industries altogether, and yet robotics continues to grow and grow and grow. And it just says, hey, the world needs robots.
We do, and the technologies, as you said so well yourself, they're evolving so quickly. I think one of the most popular technologies people like to talk about is AI. Can you talk a little bit from your perspective where we're at with that now in this industry and where you see it going just this year? Like, what are we working with here?
Yeah, so, you know, Plus One builds computer vision tied to industrial robots. And computer vision is one of the technologies that is most directly impacted by artificial intelligence because perception can be managed through just data, right? And we just have so many images of the things that the robots need to handle. And, you know, AI allows those images to be greater than the sum of their parts, right? Now AI will allow for the robot to infer what should it pick next based on, you know, millions of picks in the past. So yes, AI is going to be an increasingly important part of robotics because robotics in general is going to become increasingly tied to sensing. And it's not just vision, right? It's force, and it's going to be tactile, and all of these perception modalities are going to be improved dramatically through AI. So yes, in 2024, more computer vision leveraging AI, probably more motion planning leveraging AI. You know, it's a good thing for our industry. It is, of course, something that in the perception in the market we have to face.
Right.
Because it still remains true that there is some portion of society that views robots in the negative.
Absolutely.
Right? Because they believe we're here to take their jobs. We understand that's not true, but now add AI into the robot mix and they get to sort of double down on this, this theme. And it's going to be one of our challenges as an industry to sort of take that head on and let people understand sort of what the limitations of AI are, what the limitation of robotics are,
Right.
and that this is still a world dominated by humans and people.
I was going to say, and also what the limitations of humans are, right? Because I think if you talk to people in manufacturing, as I have in the last couple of days, there is a desperate need for more people. Like, we just don't have enough people, right? And so I think the people in the industry know that. As you said, it's just a matter of letting everyone else know. And you mentioned your picking technology. I just wanted to say your YouTube channel is great. Everyone should go check out. You have some really great videos actually showing what that means and how the camera is able to make decisions, based on the information that it sees. So go check that out, everybody. Let's talk a little bit about, bringing more people into the industry, more employment. No doubt that's something that you've spoken about a lot. What are you excited about working with A3 on in terms of bringing that next generation into the industry?
Well, I think it first goes back to what we were just talking about, right? We need to let people understand that robots are here to help, not hinder. And here at Plus One, we take that very seriously. That's why everybody knows us as the guys that say robots work, people rule. And we really believe that. We believe that the limitations of robots, and really the limitations even of AI, can be overcome by adding humans into the mix. It is still the people that make everything tick the best. And so we just need to sort of open people's eyes as to how they get to take their next step by using robots as a tool for them, and that they can sort of manage robots. We choose to do that remotely. You could do it on site, however it is that works, but understanding that you could be doing the task manually, or you could be supervising a crew of robots that are doing that piece of the work, and you have just become your own force multiplier. I'm a believer that people want to be good at their jobs, and they will take any tool that helps them do that. And what we want to do is encourage people to see robots as those tools that they then get to manage in pursuit of doing their jobs even better.
Yeah, and there's so many opportunities for upskilling. We're not just talking about the next generation. Do you have any programs for upskilling?
We do. We certainly have a very robust internship program.
Amazing.
Right?
Yeah.
Because, if you think about it, we apply 3D vision and AI to industrial robots to work in the warehouse. It's not as if a bunch of people out there have this on their resume.
No.
Right?
Yeah.
It's pretty niche. And what that means is we've got to grow the talent. You have to upskill people because they've not encountered this in their career before. So, we have a very robust internship program that acts as the long interview, sure, but it also means we can imbue them with a lot of this sort of ground truth knowledge they're ultimately going to have. Whether they come work for Plus One or not, they become much more valued in the industry from their time with us. Now, it is our intent that every intern that comes to Plus One stays at Plus One, because that's part of the value proposition.
Right.
But we're always happy when talent just remains in the industry.
I love internships. I was able to do an internship when I first started in my career, and there's just something about being in a real work environment that teaches you things that you won't learn in the classroom. So I'm fully with you on that.
I got to talk to you about Hezron. So most of our interns are university. Probably, if they're in their undergrad, it's going to be between their junior and senior year. Some of our interns are in grad school. And then there's Hezron. Okay? Hezron started with us as a high school intern before his junior year in high school. And we brought him in to just do sort of data tagging, because when you do AI, there's a lot of that. And it's just a task that needed doing. So we brought Hezron in to do that from one of the local STEM charter schools. And Sean, our CTO, was the one that brought him into the organization. And Sean was like, this kid, pretty talented. He's got about the same skills as a college sophomore, not a high school sophomore. We should probably give him some more important things to do. And so I'm like, okay, you know best. And so we gave him opportunities to write unit tests in our quality assurance department, and he killed it. So Hezron just graduated university, and he's been interning with us all the way through. So he is clearly our longest interview. But it's been so delightful because of what you mentioned. It wasn't just the technical things that Hezron learned in his internship. It's how to work in a team. He never had a problem with promptness or any of that, but you learn that people depend on you. The experiences he's had with us. I mean, the guy, when he started with us, didn't even have a driver's license. Right? Just all of the things that we were able to share in his life as a result of being sort of his parent interns. It's just been great.
That's an incredible experience. And I love working with interns as well. I think there's something about, thinking about things from a newbie's perspective that kind of helps you reassess your own work and the way you were thinking about it before. What is your leadership kind of style, or what do you think are the most important qualities of a good leader?
I didn't know there was a term for my management style until I read it not too long ago, which was management by walking around. Right?
I haven't heard that either.
Yeah, and management by walking around. It seems like a silly thing, but at work, I actually like to deliver the mail. And it just means that I am in contact with the folks in my organization, and it just gives me an opportunity to catch up with people and such. And, I will walk out on the floor multiple times a day. And I think what that does is it sort of breeds a familiarity with leadership, and you get away from, boss is on the floor. We better get our act together. Look busy.
Everybody
look busy. Because, it's just part of the background, just the way that we work. And, at Plus One, we definitely want our leadership to be approachable. And I think that's just part of it.
It makes that conversation, I'm sure, only easier, and then people feel more comfortable to give you their ideas. And there's the innovation, right?
Management by walking around. Who knew?
Well, Erik, it's been a real pleasure to speak with you this morning. Thanks for joining me.
You bet.